Welcome back to Bedtime, the podcast in video version where I go to people's bed and ask them about their relationship with their bed. We are here with Miss Colette, who is a filmmaker, a movie star, and the CEO and founder of the DVD show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Which is the Dumb Beach Disease show.
Mm-hmm.
Very important to clarify.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming over.
Of course, your bed is extremely comfortable. I want
you.
to talk about it a little bit because I was honestly I was like, how is this so comfortable? I was over the duvet, and then Mirko, sound person for people just now starting to watch this show.
Pure Sound Lab.
No, Pure Sound Lab plug. Notice there's this like kind of like texture made for like your back, kind of.
Yeah. So, basically, it is cooling foam. Which camera should I look at, by the way?
Whatever you prefer.
Yeah. So basically, what we have here is we have a few inches of cooling. It's really bad. Okay, of cooling foam. I have a night sweat problem, and basically I was told sometimes you can get a topper that can help with your night sweating.
What is that?
Night sweating.
No, what is that topper?
This is like a mattress topper.
Okay, is the sound of this construction way too bad?
I think they're just doing the gardening.
Yeah.
Is it disruptive?
It's just
like.
it's just you guys talking.
Oh
They
no.
might be done soon though, because they're just like cutting the grass.
Are the windows closed?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bentley tints on.
Silence.
That's not gonna. I hear the motor.
Okay. Well, we have to continue recording with this atmosphere.
Sorry to our viewers.
Sorry to our viewers. You have to listen to gardening because that's what happens when you get like the real experience, because we didn't build your bed in studio. We
So
actually
true.
went to your room because we are all about the truth.
There's an authenticity level that's...
You were, this is real bed environments, This is what you have to deal with.
It
outside,
is.
Colette.
It's so true.
And you were talking about your amazing cooling foam. So
Yeah, so
you got this?
Yeah, I got it on Amazon. It was great. I highly recommend it. It's probably only 50 euros, and it changed my sleeping for the better. And I love it, and it doesn't stop my night sweating, but it's comfortable.
And what is this night sweating? Is it like you sweat at night, or like is there more to it?
That's about it. Yeah, that's about it. Yep, I got some really bad night sweats.
Do you want us to edit that out, Zoe, where you sound kind of dumb?
No, I think I sound really smart because I'm investigating what's up.
But it's, I don't know how to describe it other than terrible. Oh, when you have the flu and you're cold and hot?
Yeah.
And you're like sweating and you're cold and it's really hard to sleep? That's me, but like every night.
That sucks.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I hope you find a solution.
Yeah, thank
That.
you. Thank you. So I've been trying a few different things, experimenting with temperature, stuff like that. Nothing's really been working. But I heard actually it's some sort of like hormone, vitamin level stuff. So, I'm trying to figure it out.
Maybe it's your thyroid.
Yeah, it could. I mean, I kind of know what it is. And it's just, I can't really do anything about it. But you know what? That's life.
That's life. I agree.
We have our things.
Definitely.
Could be worse.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And you are a person who, like me, loves to be in her bed so much
So true.
that you have your little like nesting situation on your bed, and it's something that like it was pointed out to me by Jonah, who like once saw me like take a duvet and just wrap myself in the duvet like to do something, and he was like, oh, you're nesting. So I think it's really like something that we should investigate in this episode, kind of like the relationship between nesters and non-nesters, people who love their bed and people who don't.
I think it's easy. I think the relationship you have with your bed is a clear indicator of your mental health. Anyone who is a healthy person does not stay in bed as much as we do. And I didn't realize that because my dad is a big nester. Not saying that he's like not like healthy per se, but he is like very much someone who just like hunkers down in his bed and like watches Netflix and like will just chill. And I thought it was a very normal thing because that's what I've always done. And then I moved out and I realized like normal people kind of like don't do that. They just sleep in their beds.
Yeah,
which
but
I
it's
think
like
is a bit fucked up.
But I think you're being too strong with your comparison, because I feel like people, like there's plenty of people who use their bed just to sleep but are super fucked up mentally.
That's
and
very
they are
true,
also like depressed, anxious, whatever, you know?
Yeah, that could be true for sure. Yeah. I mean, that's
We just
valid.
do it more comfortably, I think.
I think so. Yeah. But I've been a hardcore nester since I was like probably 14.
Okay. That's pretty early to me for nesting.
Yeah, I remember it like very, very clearly when I was when I got to high school is when I remember like getting really tired and I would like come back from school and just like get into bed and then just stay there basically. Which sounds pretty depressing, but that's because it was. So, yeah.
I mean, it is at times.
It's around like Tumblr, Lana Del Rey, you know what I mean?
I actually, like, that time, the Tumblr Lana Del Rey time, I was super into Lana, but I think I had no idea what Tumblr was.
That is, I think, a blessing.
I think so too. I think so too.
For sure. Because Tumblr was just a breeding ground for, like, you know, romanticizing everything that was awful, you know?
Yeah.
It was bad out there. It was bad.
Yeah, I was doing some research for this show, and I was like, because I feel like so many people romanticize bed, like the bed and being in bed and stuff like that. And I was like, where is the content online about this? Like, I looked everywhere. I was like on TikTok, and then I went on Tumblr, and it was there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Also, another thing, I don't know if you had the show, maybe the Americans watching / listening, or Canadians even. There used to be a TV show called The Big Comfy Couch. No? Okay, maybe. I think it was just a Canadian thing. But it was this fucking, it's this kids TV show. And it's this girl who lives on her couch. Like, that's the whole premise of the show, is she does everything on her couch. And she has, dust bunnies that live under the couch that are her friends. And then she just does, like, everything on her couch. And it's kind of like the child version of, like, you know, the Tracy Emmons, like, the bed. Yeah, it's kind of like that, but a kid's TV show.
That is really cool and really weird.
It's so weird. And then she, like, gets out of the... And then she also just looks, like, a bit, like... I don't know. She has like a bit of a crackhead energy also to her, like watching it back.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, at the end of the episode, they would make her, because she'd trash her comfy couch every episode, and then at the end, they'd do like a 10-second cleanup, and then they'd encourage like kids to be like, clean up your toys, and she'd be like cleaning up her shit that she had like.
But why does she live on the couch? Where are like her parents?
Literally don't know. And then she would do, like, I need to also show you because she looks like, and maybe you can like pop this up.
Yeah, I can put it.
But the big comfy couch. So like she just.
Oh, it's not animated.
No, it's a real person.
Oh my god, this is so weird.
Wait, that's not it. The big comfy couch. And she's fucking scary. They like dress her up kind of as a clown. I know this is not. Fuck off. See, she just lives on her couch.
Oh my god, this looks like me. I feel like I'm her.
Right? Anyway, so she just talks to the like dust bunnies under her bed.
Oh my god.
And then she like makes a huge mess, and then she goes outside. And then she just does shit on her couch. And then she does a cleanup.
You know, these things really do hurt. Oh boy.
And that's the whole show.
This is incredible.
I know.
And like I don't know. It's really interesting because I feel like in a way it's like a very progressive show.
Mm-hmm.
Because it talks about themes that are really important for our generation, like being on your bed or your couch.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there is a big difference between like couch and bed, and you as like most people have both a couch and a bed, and I want to know like what is for what do you do, like why do you have. I also have both, but they are very different for me in use and vibe and everything.
Yeah, no, that's a really good question you bring up. And I think something that really proves how much of a nester I am is that I never sit on my couch, ever. I would just always rather be in bed, and I've been trying to kind of get up and do more, because I think I get in a big funk when I start trying to do all my shit from bed, when I try to do my work from bed, when I'm, and then I never leave. So I've been trying to like get up and like sit on the couch and edit or do work. And I've been trying to do that the past few days. And a technique that I've been using is I put my shoes on so that I can't get back into bed without having to take off my shoes. So then I just like sit on the couch and work on the couch and like walk around the house with my shoes on, because I'm trying really hard to like not be in bed for 6+ hours. Yeah.
No, that's something that I would do if I put myself into that situation, and that I do kind of often when like that is my in-between state, is I would lie like belly down on the bed, keeping my shoes like here, like my feet would be not on the bed, and but yes, that's
but you can only
very
do that
uncomfortable.
For and it's like, okay, just go sit on the couch,
Exactly,
and then you start working on the couch, and it's better.
No, I also like, for me, I don't know, I have this couch, it's huge, it's super comfortable, it has like this one, it has one of those like
sectionals.
Yes. And I only use it when I have people over, basically.
Same.
It's like, otherwise it's bad.
One time though, when I had COVID, this pulls out into a bed, And so I had 2 beds because I was in bed all day. And I was like, well, at least I could, like, go from bed to bed.
It's
So I
like
just,
I go
like...
to my day bed.
Yeah, and then I just basically had this huge bed. That was,
Uh-huh.
like, the whole room. And it was amazing.
Yeah, you
But
should,
I
like, put
literally
them
did not
together.
leave it for 2+ weeks.
No, I like when I had COVID, it was same. It was like 10 days in my bed,
Yeah.
like, and I feel like that was maybe a little bit helpful for me, like because since then, like it has changed a little bit, like my relationship with my bed, where like now I kind of see it as medicinal. Like I'm like I have to go on bed rest because I'm very tired.
It's
Yeah.
a good... Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I love getting sick because it's like, oh, I'm allowed to be in my bed.
But now I say to myself like, oh, I have a break for one day. It's like I will go on bed rest. I will stay in bed all day
Yeah,
as
doctor's
a way to
orders.
like, you know,
Yeah.
be reborn. And I think like that is way less depressive in a way.
I think so too. I think also I realized that I'm a really big, like, I'm actually very introverted too. So like I need a certain amount of quality bedtime to feel really like rejuvenated, like to recharge, you know? Whereas someone like Jonah, I feel like doesn't, you know, he has like a very normal, like, gets into his bed when he sleeps. When he wakes up, gets out of his bed.
Yeah, and
You know?
I want to explore this relationship because famously you live together, Colette, and our amazing cameras person, Jonah, have lived together.
Yeah.
And from what I've heard, there was something there happening with your bad habits and your
Yeah.
good habits.
I mean, it was also locked down. Nothing was happening. You know, I don't think... Literally nothing was happening. We were in, like, Zoom class most days. And for me, that was like, okay, I am allowed to be in bed because there's nothing else to do. And I just stayed in bed. And Jonah, on the other hand, was very much like, you know, he got up, he had a very, like, regimented routine, I feel like, even if maybe he doesn't feel that way. But in my opinion, it was, like, very, very much he would wake up at, like, I don't know, 8 or 8:30 or something, and he'd, like, get out of bed and do shit. And, like, by the time I would wake up and, like, have, you know, maybe come out and make coffee, his day was, like, half over, probably. Like, he'd already, like, gone running and, like, fucking written, like, 50 pages of a script, and, like, But it was nice because I would walk into, like, someone who was, like, already, like, very much awake, and then it'd be like, okay, this is good. I feel like for him, though, it was, like, someone who's, like, very, like, dead, and maybe, like, I don't know. For me, it was a good, like,
No,
do
because
stuff.
I have this exact thing with my flatmate. Even though I'm
Yeah.
a person who loves her bed, I am somebody who will wake up at like I maybe wake up at like 7:30 and I have breakfast, coffee, I go for a run. By like I don't know 9:30 I'm working, blah blah blah. My flatmate wakes up at like 11:30.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is happening here? Like it throws me off a little bit, but
Yeah.
then like, you know, I'm not like I don't know, I have lunch and then like by 2 I'm in bed and I stay in bed until like the next day. Like, you know, I have all
You
these
start-
tricks.
yeah.
I try to make myself like stay out of bed, but then it's too
You crash.
attractive. Yeah, because
I
I'm so
crash,
fucking
yeah.
tired, you
Me
know?
too.
It's exhausting
It's
to be
exhausting to be alive. I know.
Yeah.
I agree. That's what I don't understand is like people who don't have that, who can go all day. I don't understand what that is. And also, Jonah would go to sleep pretty early, whereas I would be up all night watching shit on my computer, basically.
I can do both, TBH, but I definitely am more like of a person who goes to bed like early and wakes up early, but then I manage to find a way to like, I don't know, like spend the day in bed still. You know, like the intentions are good, but then I don't know. I think like it's like a process of finding out, but you see it like as very like mentally ill, like this attraction for the bed. But I don't know, I'm asking you, if it's like so comfortable to be in bed, isn't it actually the healthiest reaction to it? If it's like so nice and cozy and comfortable and the outside is so weird and confusing.
But I think that is that's also my mindset. Like, I don't understand why you would want you know what I mean? I don't understand it. But I think that is the core of, you know, an unhealthy relationship to, like, being alive, basically, because we don't like doing
Alive things.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we should be getting joy from other things, and we're not. And the only thing that's bringing us joy is doing nothing. And that's probably not that good.
Yeah, it's like, because it's a place of like inactivity, kind of, right?
Exactly.
It's connected to that because like it's the place where you turn your brain off, so you pretend to turn your brain off even though you're not sleeping.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Yeah. And like, this is what I don't understand about sloths, is that they sleep for like 16 or like, I don't know, 18 or something hours a day. And so basically their reality is them sleeping, like they're dreaming, because it's the majority of their time. I don't really I don't understand what I think there's some sort of like evolution. I don't know, something got like a bit messed up in the pipeline where I don't understand.
Are you saying David Lynch is an undercover sloth?
What do you mean?
He's dreaming and stuff.
But I don't think he sleeps that much. He meditates a lot though.
Very well. This might be up in a second.
But that's what I understand. Sometimes I feel like a sloth where there's a lot of time where I'm, you know, in bed, but that isn't human nature and it's not healthy. I've also had I've had doctors tell me I need to not be in bed.
Yeah,
and
same,
I
for
kind of
sure.
take their word for it a little bit.
I agree. But I also feel like I want to get to the bottom of it, because I'm like, yes, of course, it's not great. And of course, like, there are a lot of, like, I know myself that when I'm in bed for so long and I have these periods of time that I spend in bed, I get fucked up mentally.
Yeah.
It's clear. And I am fucked up mentally. But there's something more there, because if it's like this, you know, if it's just depression, it cannot be just depression. It's also like a super, like, I don't know, like it can be like a nice thing. Yeah, sometimes it's a nice thing.
I agree.
Yeah, it's like really comfortable to be in bed. And it's like, yes, sometimes you're like, oh, like sometimes it's really bad because you feel like uncomfortable from laying down so much.
Yeah, that's why I had to do the couch yesterday.
Yeah, because you
get sore.
Yeah, exactly. But sometimes it's like you're in bed and you're like,
I know.
This is perfect. This is heaven.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. It's crazy. And also, like, because I also hate when I need a certain amount of time at the end of the day and in the morning to kind of wake up or go to sleep. So when because something, you know, people say to like live a healthy life is be so exhausted by the end of the day that you just kind of get into bed and fall asleep immediately. And I don't have that because I have very bad sleeping patterns. It takes me, you know, hours to fall asleep. And I watch TV to fall asleep every night. And for me, I love that feeling of like getting into bed and being so exhausted that I fall asleep. But I almost hate it because I don't have my time to watch something and have that quality time in bed. So it's like I don't know what the balance is.
Because that time is yours, right? It's not some time that you have to share with the world.
Yeah, I need to kind of, but then at the same time, when I'm in bed too much in a day, then trying to go to sleep at night isn't a good feeling. So there's a balance there that I haven't cracked. I haven't figured out what's good for me. Jonah, you look like you're about to say something.
Did you guys already say 2 beds? Like a sleep bed and a work bed?
Yeah, a day bed. Yeah. You think we should have...
That just sounds like a practical solution.
But I think I would be in my sleep bed instead of my day bed. Because,
me too.
It's something about like... I think there is something about like pretending... There must be like a mind fuck where you're like, I can pretend to be in that inanimate state during the day somehow. It's the same reason why it's like, you know, couch, not interested in it.
Yeah, I agree.
Sorry. New question, because our viewers cannot really like see this, but you have a bird. Now they can hear it. Wait, we have to put our phone on airplane. You have a bird. What's the name of the type of bird?
This is a cockatiel.
Cockatiel.
His name's Walter.
And this bird is right in front of your bed, right? So
yeah.
Is this a choice? Like, do you want to keep an eye on him from bed? Do you want like?
It was a good spot. It's also kind of further away because he's in the corner there. I can kind of soundproof him off. And he can go on the dresser there. But I don't, you know, he does this thing at nighttime when it gets dark and he kind of goes into the back corner and he's kind of got the shadow on him and he just fucking stares at me and it scares the shit out of me. And he starts kind of grinding his beak, like he goes, and it fucking freaks me out and he looks like a little fucking demon. So I cover his cage at night, not for him, but because he scares me.
So he gets like weird at night, but...
Yeah, he does. And if you go near him when he's tired, he freaks out. He starts to scream. He's like, fuck off!
But how does he get tired? He does nothing all day, right? Like
it's the same reason you're tired after a long day in bed.
That's
exactly.
True. But I'm not, like, I would scream, yeah, maybe.
No, he's busy as hell. Like, first of all, he's picking at himself all day long. He's picking his fucking feathers. He's eating his millet. He's, trying to, he's singing to himself in the mirror for at least 8 hours.
But that sounds like, you know, it's like affirmations. It's like very good for self-esteem.
Good bird. You're a good bird. You're a good bird. And he's
Neurodivergent.
yeah. No, he because they're supposed to be a really smart breed,
Uh-huh.
but I think he has a learning disability because I don't know what's wrong with him. Like, so many things are wrong. First of all, he falls all the time. He falls off his branches.
Uh-huh.
Like, but that's not supposed to happen to birds.
No.
Why is he doing that? Secondly, he's out of tune when he whistles.
Mm-hmm.
He's terrible at whistling.
Uh-huh.
Thirdly, like, I just think there's something wrong with him. I love him.
I think I have his same problem. Like, I also fall all the time, and I don't know how to sing, and there's definitely something wrong, like, in general, with me.
Yeah, but I think
So
he's,
maybe
like,
we
mentally,
should
I don't
go.
know.
Maybe me
I
too.
looked it up last night,
Mhm.
if birds can have, like, problems. And they can. I let him go out, and he, he'll fly around and do his thing. But, like, he's busy all day. He's doing stuff.
That's true, no, I can see him. He's doing way more than I am.
Yeah.
Do you ever take, like, those mental health quizzes, like, online? Like, the ones where you're like...
Which mentally ill person are you?
No, like, are you bipolar? That's,
Yeah.
Like, at 2 a.m., you're like,
I
am I
do.
bipolar?
I get this ad every time I go on YouTube on the top right corner, and it says, "Am I gay?" quiz. And it's awful.
Do you take it?
I already know the answer. I'm a faggot. But
What did you score?
but actually, I was watching and I don't want to go into detail about this because it, gets me going. I watched the whole Amber and Johnny case.
Uh-huh.
That was a big, like, bed activity. Was watching 3 hours of the live trial every day, from bed. And I started to remind myself that when I was younger, I used to want to be a lawyer because I got so turned on from arguing with adults all day. And my favorite class in school was law class because we'd have debates. And so, yeah, when I graduated high school, I went into sociology being like, oh, yeah, because you need a degree before you go to law school in Canada. It's a bit different, like, in Germany and stuff. So I was like, oh, yeah, I'll get my sociology degree and I'll be a lawyer. So I kind of got back on that, like, idea, oh, what if I be a lawyer? And then I looked at it, I'm like, oh my god, I just got a film degree. I could apply to some, like, really shit law school. Mm-hmm. And maybe I could become a lawyer.
Yeah.
What? Him?
You just peed, right?
What?
You just peed out the cage, right?
No, he did it. Oh, no, he's drinking water. He splashed
Sorry,
it.
Talk about it.
So then I, watching the trial, watching the court, I'm like, oh my god, this is, I should just go to law school.
Mm-hmm.
And I started looking, and all I have to do basically is I need to pass the LSTAT, get a good score. In Canada, it's the law exam.
Can we,
Close them up.
yeah, he's
Good night.
getting a little bit excited.
Good night. So I took an online LSTAT test.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a free test. And So I start taking it, and it's pretty hard. And I start getting really into it. I got a notebook out, and I'm getting like, okay, I'm actually gonna try to like pass this. And I spend like maybe two hours taking this LSTAT, and I think I'm doing well. Like, I think I'm getting all the answers right. And then at the end, it's like, oh, pay $49 to review your results, and I'm like, fuck, that's why I shouldn't be a lawyer, because I don't like reading, and I basically got duped into doing more work than I've done in months.
I would 100% do that. Like, it has for sure happened to me before that I decide, to change careers, and I go down a rabbit hole, and I spend like hours and hours doing something with full on like passion
Yeah.
to and then it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
it's
I was gonna even just pay it because I wanted to see my results.
of course. No, I was thinking about the mental illness like tests because I think like I've never like not gotten the result. Oh, you probably have this, you know.
I have that with
So
everything.
yeah, but like recently, like the other day, I was like let me try, since I always get like the result that I'm mentally ill, to do postpartum depression like quiz. And I actually like turns out I have postpartum depression.
What is the difference between postpartum depression and depression?
That was a quiz for postpartum depression. So
But what is the difference, like tangibly?
It's like, are you attached to your baby? And Zoe's like, no.
exactly.
She doesn't
But
have a baby.
I answered to enough questions like correctly to qualify as a person with postpartum depression.
That's also like, I don't have that only with mental illness quizzes, but just like WebMD.
Oh my god, no, WebMD is like hell.
Like, I have brain cancer.
Yeah, for sure, me too.
I have, what's that one?
Liver.
Cervical cancer.
Me too! I was telling you about it. Yeah, how long has it been since you've done a pap
Since your
smear?
diagnosis.
Oh, since a pap smear? I think I got one last year.
That does not make Zoe feel better.
No, it's been a while.
Oh my god, wait, how old are you?
I'm 26.
Don't say that on camera.
No evidence.
I think you're okay because
I think you have cervical cancer.
you could though. That was also so one time, so my aunt is a obstetrician OBGYN, and one time I called her crying, being like, I have cervical cancer, and she was like, well, even if you do, at your age, we only pap smear after like 24, because a lot of young women will have those mutated cells, which the body usually resolves itself before and around that age. So what was happening was they would like pap smear like younger women, and then they'd see those like indicators of cervical cancer, and they would start treating them, but they realized they were over treating women at that age. So now that's why they pap smear later, because even if you have some unhealthy like mutated cells, your body can usually overcome them on its own at our age.
I need to go to the gynecologist, but yeah.
Also, I went to like 2 German gynecologists, and don't do that.
I've been to a
German man?
Yeah. No, man. No.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
Don't go to the German man.
I went once in Italy to a male gynecologist, and he was like, when was your last period? And I took out my phone to check, and he was like, you need a phone to see that? And I was like, okay, never going to a man again. Like, it's like,
Also, what the
what the fuck?
like...
Do you think like I get it on the same day every month? No, I need to. That was
Also,
so dumb.
I'm a bit confused. What male wants to be a gynecologist?
So you have a really nice bed, a really comfy bed.
Thank you.
Your go-to bed activities are watching TV and being on phone.
I'm kidding. I'm fucking kidding.
Colette, look bird, be on the phone. Take gay test.
Peg alert. Yeah, what do I like to do in bed? Oh my god, I love drinking coffee in bed.
Me
That's
too.
why there's like
Coffee stains all over.
I
Yeah.
also like I'm like very particular about my bed. Like, first of all, I always have white
Yeah.
sheets, pillows. I also keep lavender in here. Helps you sleep, you know. Got your lavender pack.
It has also some chamomile inside it.
Yeah. Nice.
I think, I don't know, but it smells so good.
Yeah, it's good for, you know, lavender's supposed to like make you sleepy. Keep my charging station.
I saw that. I have the same. Like, you need to have a power strip next
You
to your
have
bed.
to,
If you
yeah.
don't, you're fucking insane.
You're fucked, yeah.
Yeah.
I've even got like, you can't see it, but under my bed I've got like, I have like all my kind of like goodies things that I like to do in bed, you know, paint my nails, whatever. I do a lot of activities, here, do a lot of FaceTime here. FaceTime, yes.
That's interesting because, for example, I'm very, like, if I have to call a friend, I have to go outside of the house. I have to go take a walk.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. FaceTiming from bed.
Do you FaceTime on your laptop ever?
Rarely. I did that more like when it was like full like lockdown and there was a little bit like Zoom coming up, like first lockdown, and people would have like Zoom like
Parties.
meetings, like kind of parties. But I'm not a big FaceTime person.
Because, okay, do you have a Mac laptop?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, it's a bit of a douchey question.
Yeah, you were a little bit like,
Yeah.
oh, you're a Windows girl.
Do you have a Mac? Do you have a MacBook Pro?
Yeah, I do.
But
M1 process.
yeah, and how many gigabytes of RAM?
I have no idea.
Get out of my bed.
Get out.
No 1 2 tera. Okay, get out.
But, you know, because I'm on my computer all day, every day, mostly from bed, I get the FaceTime on my computer, so then I just answer it and just lay here and, you know, relax.
No, that's...
Oh, I've been watching a lot of YouTube about interrogations. Like criminal, like the most fucked up interrogation you'll ever see. And it will be like a kid that they just...
The Riddler.
It's Swiper. And it will be like a kid that just like shot his whole family and then shot up his school, and they'll be like interrogating him. And it'll be like 3-hour long interrogation, and I just get fucking sucked into these. I don't know why, but I think it makes me feel better about my situation where I'm like, at least I'm not him. You know?
I also like your radiator placement.
Oh.
It must be really nice in winter because you
Yeah.
have the heat coming from there and then a little bit of cold here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put my pillows up here and it warms it up. Oh my god, another game changer is in the winter I sleep with a heating pad. You have one of these electric heating pads?
Electric?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Is it like a blanket or just like a heating pad?
Mine's just about this big. It's under my couch right now because it's a bit too warm.
Yeah, of course.
Jonah remembers the heating pad.
And
You
you
just put it in your bed anywhere you want. It's amazing.
Forget about it.
Forget about it. But to me, there's things that are very important to me is I like to invest in a good bed situation and good shoes and good sweaters and hoodies. Basically nice things. But I think it's important to always have a good bed that you can retreat to when life gets hard.
No, that is
that.
true. That is true. And I feel like I had like a long period of time where I was like in bed, but I didn't care about my bed. And I still don't fully do. Like I don't have a bed frame at the moment. But I am getting better at it. Like I like to have like a nice situation there. But it's yeah, I don't make it a comfortable place for myself.
See, that's the thing with
Yeah.
me is I think I'm spending so much time there. It should at least be
No,
a nice
that's
place.
true. That's
you know, I
fucking
love
true.
washing my sheets. I love fabric softener. I love,
Me too. I love fabric softener.
you know, I
so
love
much.
it. I love it to be my sanctuary.
Mhm.
You know, my mattress at home in Vancouver is like literally my favorite thing in the world because it's so comfortable.
But then, don't you think that you shouldn't like, like, you know, like it's your spot, like, you know, like, it's an important part of your life.
It
So,
really is.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, like you speak so negatively about your relationship with it. Maybe there is a good part.
There
to
is definitely a good part of me in my bed. 100%. But, you know, too much of anything, you know what I mean?
it. Yeah,
Is never good.
never good. Never good.
And that's my thing.
That's your
Felipe
take.
broke down his allocation of budget for the bed. Maybe you should ask people where you would spend your money. Like,
Yeah, that's true. That's
bed
true.
Materials like frame, mattress, blanket, cover, pillow.
What is like your...
That's
your
hard
money?
because
Mhm.
I think it's worth investing in all of it.
Mm.
You know?
Mhm.
I truly believe that. I think having a good mattress is extraordinarily important and can really change your life. I think the material of your sheets is huge. Duvet, pillows. It's like I don't know if I can. I mean, bed frame for me is not a big, you know, game changer comfort wise. But it's hard for me to decide because I think to myself, if I have bad duvet, it's fucking up the whole experience. Doesn't matter if my pillow is good or my mattress is good. It's like it has to all be. Yeah, there's a certain, you know, symbiotic thing. Oh my god, there was a time in my life actually where I would, when I was living in Montreal, where I would stress buy sheets for my bed.
Really?
You know, when I'd get really stressed out, I'd go to Winners and like buy new sheets. I don't know why.
But that is awesome.
French-Canadian part.
What?
Yeah,
Because it was French-Canadian.
French Canadian.
And so...
Montreal, right?
Yeah.
That's where you're stressed out.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that was a weird time for me. But also, is there no better feeling than like having like new sheets and like washing them and like getting into bed, like having a shower and getting into bed? Like that's like the best, I think, feeling ever.
Yeah, yeah, no, I completely agree. I completely agree.
His bed and I'm like, what the fuck is that?
I feel called out because it's true.
It looks so uncomfortable. The sheets look like a 12-year-old.
But I feel like I have the same vibe of bed, but I spend all my time in it. So I need to step up my game or get out of bed. Like there's two options.
That's the ultimatum.
Yeah.
Now there's a bonus episode of Zoe's bed makeover because obviously you're gonna spend money on the bed.
Yeah, no, after being like in everybody's bed, like I'm mentally like rearranging my room, thinking about like this duvet cover. It's like wealth. It's like really.
This is actually came with the apartment randomly, and it's kind of just shit IKEA.
But it's nice. Like I
But it
like
does
the
the trick.
stitchings are
It's
like
white.
make me feel fancy. I wouldn't have like I have a couple of like white bed sheets, but I spill coffee on everything. So.
Also period blood.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so sometimes I'll do like a gray or like a dark sheet.
Yeah. And gray bed sheets I think are like a little bit luxury. Like they have a little
like
yeah, like a little bit like Kanye.
Kanye vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
hell
feel that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but I'm glad that you've you've got to come into my bed. I think it's also funny like it's also funny like when you realize someone else who's recently called me out on being a nester is Annalise.
Mm-hmm.
Because she came and stayed with me for 2 weeks, and she was like, oh, you weren't kidding. Like, you go into your bed. Like, you love the bed. And I'm like, yeah, because she wants to be up all day doing things.
But
Like,
I've been
what?
observing, and like it seems like people who are nesters who spend like a lot of time in bed tend to have partners who don't, or who
I think
like,
so.
I think there's like this
Dichotomy.
You cannot really, because probably like if you were to date somebody who spent a lot of time in bed, like then you wouldn't even meet because you would both be in bed.
That is so true. That is
Like
so
the likelihood of both of you being not in bed at the same time and in the same place.
That is so
It
true.
would be fucking impossible.
But it was so funny because I would get tired on her behalf. She flew in and I was like, you know, she had been up for like 2 days on the plane for 15 hours. I was like, take a fucking nap. And she's like, no. And I'm like, I'm tired looking at you. I need to take a nap from going to the fucking airport.
Yeah.
You need to take a nap because you haven't slept for 2 days. And she's like, no, I'm ready to go. And I'm like, I'm putting my foot down. No, we're both taking a nap. I'm fucking exhausted.
Yeah, no, but it is extremely tiring to live. Like, there's no...
I know.
Yeah.
No, I know.
You gotta rest. You gotta...
I wonder what, like, yeah. I was gonna say also how, like, you know, I just imagine being, like, 500 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
What was the bed situation?
Very uncomfy, I think. I remember that in school, we learned that St. Francis went to live in a cage. No, not in a cage. No, a cave. A cave.
Why are you looking at me? I don't know anything about St. Francis.
No, because you're like English speaker. What am I about to say? A cave, not a cage.
Anytime you have a religious question, you can count me out.
No, it wasn't religious. It was like, and I was like, and that he was sleeping on a bed made of stone. And I was like, that is extremely uncomfortable. Like, imagine. Like, I would not spend time in bed if it was made of stone.
Me too.
It needs to be
That's
soft.
really bad.
Yeah.
Did you relate a lot to Sleeping Beauty?
No, I gotta say no. No, but I... who do I... No. You?
I didn't relate to any of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember my friend being like, what's the matter with Sleeping Beauty? She sleeps all the time. That's really weird.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of just like, well, I kind of get it.
She's tired.
She's tired.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't say I necessarily relate to her. But it made me think of like, was she in a cave or a castle or something? I don't know.
I don't remember.
A cave or something? Like it was something
Like
weird.
a weird tomb in the forest.
That was Snow White?
Aren't they the same? Why are they both asleep and then somebody shows up and like...
Snow White eats the apple. And Sleeping Beauty stings her finger with the needle. Whatever.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Sounds exactly the same.
But it's different. But they both get woken up
By like a prince
by a prince.
who kind of like sleep kisses them.
That's not consensual.
It's not consensual.
Don't kiss people when they're
are
sleeping.
sleeping.
Have you seen the Mindy Project?
Yes.
There's this time when someone's blacked out. James Franco guest stars.
I
He
have not seen that.
is blackout drunk, and she like kisses him,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, I'm not doing anything. Like, she kind of Sleeping Beauties
Oh
him.
my god. Cancel.
And so it can happen to anyone.
Yeah.
So watch out,
To the
boys.
best of us.
Watch out when you're sleeping.
Yes.
I'm scared.
So we have spider cam now, and yeah, we were talking about.
Yeah, we talked about, because I don't know if you know that there's a lot of spiders that you can eat while you sleep.
Oh yeah, apparently you average eat 8 a year.
Yeah, but Jonah read that that's bullshit. But I don't know.
I read some article that said, "What makes you think that spiders want to go in your mouth?" That was like the tone.
like you're
It was like
presumptuous.
snarky. Yeah, it was
you
that's
think your
pretty
mouth
ludicrous.
is really
Yeah. It's like, are you preposterous? I've talked to a lot of spiders. I think you're a moron.
Yeah.
I mean, it's warm.
Yeah. And
dark.
dark.
Dark
Dark.
and wet.
Is that what spiders like? Every time I've seen a spider, it's always like on a dry like crack behind a door.
That's very true.
Like it's never like some wet shower. Where, you know what I mean? Like they want to like string a web. Like I don't think they can do that on like wet surfaces.
Not all spiders
Are equal.
are
How
equal.
many spiders do you know?
I've seen a lot of spiders. I've been a lot of places, and I've seen a lot of transatlantic spiders. Not Pacific. I haven't been on that side.
We have fucking dock spider motherfuckers. Oh, they're so big.
Dock?
Dock spiders,
What's
yeah.
that?
I've never heard of
They're just huge black spiders.
that. That's racist. Cancelled.
Cancel.
That is preposterous.
It's preposterous.
Preposterous. And don't fucking, if you motherfuckers try to cancel me, I swear to God, I don't give a
Come
fuck.
on the DBD show. I'll cancel you right back.
I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck, okay?
Yeah.
Like, you think you can hurt me? You think you can hurt me? I spend 20 hours a day in my bed. Fuck off.
Yeah, but you know, like, I've been asking around, and so many people are spending time in bed. So I'm like, you know, like, we are definitely all mentally ill. That's not like what I'm, you know. But also, like, maybe there's something there. Maybe like we are becoming the humans from Wall-E. Do you think? Maybe.
I think so. I think the pandemic really just fucking sacked the shit out of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Have you,
know.
by the way, I know you're kind of going on this hunt to kind of answer this, you know, big kind of question, almost like a thesis. Have you Googled it?
Yeah, I have. I
What-
have
what-
Googled it.
What did Google say?
There's not much, like, you know, like, people are not like discussing it. There's like, okay, like, probably like spending a lot of time in bed is gonna make you depressed, or you're spending a lot of time in bed because you're already depressed. But there's not like so much, you know. And actually, like, I like, there are a lot of artists who created art from bed. Like, for example, Proust was always writing from bed, from a room completely like covered in what's the wood that you use to make wine bottles? Cork. Like, he had the whole room like covered in cork, so he wouldn't hear anything, and he would write from bed and eat croissants. And you know, like, croissants make a lot of crumbs, so Proust was writing the recherche covered in crumbs with like a lot of, you know, when you eat something that does crumbs, and like
And
your
croissants
bed
are
won't.
bad,
Yeah, they're
yeah.
really bad.
Imagine the diarrhea.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
You imagine the diarrhea.
You
I
imagine
already
it.
did.
And Frida Kahlo, I mean, she got in a bunch of accidents, but she was painting from bed. We have,
Yeah.
of course, like Tracy Emin, like, showing her bed after the breakup, but that was, of course, like depression, like sadness. But Mark Twain, at the end of his career, was writing from bed. You know?
Jonah? Yes?
What if you had the best bed in a coffin?
What?
What if there was like a coffin that was like the most comfortable bed you've ever been in? And like,
First, I'm gonna do a little bit of this. What are you saying?
in the book that you lent me,
Uh-huh.
the Daily Rituals, there's a writer in there who said that she spent an hour every morning in a coffin.
Who was it?
I can't remember. It was like some female author.
Oh, I don't remember that, but that's really bad luck.
In a real coffin?
Yeah. Sorry to derail. Keep going.
Yeah, but you know, like so many people were vibing in bed and just like
Very true.
chilling, and we were like, "Oh my God, you're lazy!" Like, stop. I don't know.
That's so true.
Like, you know, we have to see both sides.
That's true, yeah. That's very true.
Also,
And
to
valid.
get out of bed, you know, like you also have to be like, oh, it's fine, because it's the principle of like, oh, I cannot spend 2 hours in bed in the afternoon, because if I lay in bed for 5 minutes, I'm gonna be there until the next morning. Probably if you're like, oh, I can just like chill in bed for like 40 minutes, then it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I don't know.
It's hard to balance.
And also the bed is so nice. Why we keep being like,
I know, I
bad,
completely
bad.
agree. I think some of my nesting behavior comes from, because I was talking to my mom about it, even before you decided to start this podcast, and she says that when I was a baby, my dad loved to like swaddle me in a bunch of blankets, like really tightly. And my mom, it used to drive my mom crazy because it's like, she can't fucking move. What are you doing? And she was like, yeah, but your dad would just like swaddle you all the time and would just take you around everywhere, and you were just fucking bundled up. And you had like 20 blankets on you. And I think that is one of the reasons why I like to nest so much, is from an early age, I was always kind of like wrapped in blankets because of my dad. And I wonder like if that's why I love being kind of nested with lots of blankets, pillows. You know, I feel very like safe and happy and like in my element in bed. I'm getting tired now.
yeah. Maybe we should just take a nap.
It's been a
Do
long
you want to sing a bedtime?
Yeah, maybe it's time.
Oh
You
my
know-
god, and we got the fucking Chromecast here, you know, I got the TV set up, it's mad luxurious.
Have you seen the new Kardashians?
I believe that life is a prize, but to live doesn't mean you're alive. Don't worry about me and who I fire. I get what I desire. It's my empire. Yes, I call the shots. I am the umpire. I sprinkle holy water upon the vampire. Pyre, in this very moment I'm king. In this very moment I slay Goliath. I wish that I could have this moment for life. For life. For life. And in this moment, I just feel so alive. Alive. Alive.